Hello, everybody. Just wanted to give another update, one final update before the storm moves in. The winter storm moves in overnight, early tomorrow morning, and precip lasts through early Friday morning. So right now we're going to talk about the timing of the precip, timing of any changeover to mix in plain rain, and what happens after with snow totals, temperatures, and even some gusty winds. So right now on your screen on the left hand side is the NAM model, and on the right side is the high res rapid refresh model. And both of these are high res models. And we're going to show the timing of both both models and see any differences and any uh, discrepancies with the models. And they're surprisingly very close together here on this. So both models are set at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we go step by step. This is 5 and 6. So this is 6 a.m. Now, the model on the right has pretty much a solid swath, if you will, of snow, mainly from the I-70 on north, where the NAM model on the left has some breaks, and it's not really showing much snow into western PA. The concern I have looking at the models and with the timing is any dry air that is in the upper levels of the atmosphere. If there is a sufficient amount of dry air, then that's going to affect how when the snow falls and starts. If there's dry air present, even if the radar is showing snow on the snow that should be falling, dry air it would not fall until the atmosphere moistens up, and so that's the concern I have with the onset of the time, and that would delay accumulations from happening, at least right in the beginning. So this is, I believe, 6 a.m. So 7, 8 a.m. So what the setup looks like and what the consensus in the model is that at this time, most of the snow will happen in the northern half of the area. So from the city on northward at this point in time, with some breaks, I don't even know precip falling below the city until more precip moves on in from the southwest. So this is again 8 a.m. So we go 9. Now precip starts to fill into the southern areas, which may see a brief period of snow before the changeover begins. So again, this is 9 a.m. I keep forgetting. So this pink you see here on both models is sleet. The purple is freezing rain, and the green and yellow is just plain old rain. Now, so we get in the Greene County and parts of Fayette County at this time in 9 a.m. We start to see this changeover to sleet and even plain rain, and very similar in timing here on the high res rapid refresh model here on the right. We go 10 a.m. Now that mixing line is starting to creep up into Beaver County, into the city, and into the ridges. And similar timing here on the right with this model, slightly pulled back, not as far to the north and east as the NAM model on the left. So places, again, in Washington County, Greene County could just see plain rain at 10 a.m. with mixing in the city and the Beaver County, so some sleet. We see that transition there. And we go to 11 a.m. Again, that transition period, the transition line rain, snow line moves more to the north and east. So some people, again, in the purple could see a quick period of a period of freezing rain. At this point, the city could just be seeing plain rain. Greensburg area, my area of Mount Pleasant could just see plain rain as well. Again, still snow, mainly north of I-80 at this time. And then we move another hour. So this is at noon. That most of the rain is on the model on the left has creeped its way up towards Butler County, Lawrence County. And the mixing gets up to, and the transition period gets up to I-80. Kind of the same thing on the model on the right as well. Both models, again, are similar. With the ridges, the way the setup is, the colder air will be there longer. So you could have a longer period of snow and a longer period of sleet and or freezing rain there. So 1 p.m. and 2 p.m. So for most of the area with dry air moving in the atmosphere, the dry slot, precip, as you can see, will be scattered in nature, but mostly rain. I'll be limited to extreme northeastern portions of the area here, and maybe even into the ridges. Again, cold air still hanging on with the southeast flow of the winds. So again, this is 2 p.m. We go to 3, 4, 5, 6, kind of around at late rush hour, dinner time. Again, most of the area will just see plain rain Wednesday evening, scattered in nature. And then a cold front comes through, and we start to see rain showers turn back into snow showers overnight, early Thursday morning, overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning, with some additional accumulation for the area going into Friday morning. The model on the right is out of its time, so there is no model there on the right. But we look at the NAM. Again, some lake effect, snow showers possible, and this is at 1 a.m. Friday. And any lingering snow showers will wrap up Friday afternoon. So any additional accumulation. So let's first get to the snow totals. And let me bring this up. So this is what I am thinking on terms of snow accumulation. And I posted this earlier in the day. So this has not really changed much in any way. So again, south of Greene County in the West Virginia, they're going to see it's going to be warm enough just to see plain rain with no snow accumulation. So up to then, up through the city, because of the timing of snow onset, again, mainly staying to the north on the onset and filling in really quickly in the morning before the transition. I would say less than an inch, maybe up to an inch in those areas here in the gray. Then a little bit north of that, where snow will be last a little bit longer and start a little bit sooner, and even into the ridges, 1 to 3 inches there. And as you go more north and east, I believe a good 3 to 6 inches is likely there. Maybe some ice in the northern parts around I-80, maybe isolate a little bit more in the terms of snow. Maybe sneak into 7 or an 8 inch there. But a general 3 to 6 is what I think is best there. And this is through Wednesday morning through Thursday at 7 a.m. And then again, when I said after it transitions to rain, and then the cold front comes through and changes everything back to snow showers, lake effect snow showers, and whatnot, then we can see most of the area of southwestern PA can see up to an inch, and depending if any snow bands form, sustained snow bands, you could see an isolated maybe 1 or 2 inches there. I just don't feel confident of saying 1 to 2 for everybody. I think a general around an inch for most of the area, with some pockets of 1 to 2 inches there. When you get north of I-80 and in the ridges, of course, the favorite of the lake effect snow area could see 2 to 4. The ridges could see a little bit more snow isolated, maybe up to 6 inches in those areas. Can't roll that out for the northern portions as well, but general 2 to 4 inches for those areas. And this is through Thursday at 7 a.m. through the end of the snow period on Friday. So a little bit 2 rounds of accumulations there. And if we go back to the models, another in the show, a couple things here. The temperatures and some wind. We could have some gusty winds with this system. So the temperatures. So this is. Let me go to 4 a.m. just keeping consistent. Oh, it started at 6 a.m. So again, most of the area, if not all the area, maybe with some exceptions, tomorrow morning will be either at or below freezing. Some of these southern areas look to be above freezing tomorrow morning. And as we go through the day, warmer air starts to creep up. This is at 10 a.m. Model on the left, the NAM model, wants to keep more of the freezing temperatures, 32 and below, more south, whereas the model on the right is creeping temperatures up a little bit above freezing. If we're above freezing at locations when it starts to snow, and to compare with the radar. So right now, at that point when it's at 34 down here, we're already starting to transition to sleet and freezing rain and even rain. So that is at 10 a.m. just for reference there. So this will happen relatively quick in terms of the transition. And then when we get through the afternoon on Wednesday, we have temperatures, especially in the southern areas, getting into the 40s. The model on the right here is hinting at even close to 50, and some places in the southwest area, in the West Virginia, and even in Washington and Greene counties, could even get close to 50, push 50. And then as the cold front moves through, temperatures go back down around freezing, even in the upper 20s in spots. And as we get into Thursday, temperatures really don't move much from the overnight period, hovering around the upper 20s to low 30s. And another thing is the wind. Let me switch out here. Of course, you don't want to work. There we go. And these models are kind of bullish and on the gust. So during Wednesday afternoon, could see gusts 25 to 30, maybe even in the 40s for most of the area, even possibly even higher in the ridges. These models are showing in the 50s, close to 50. I know the National Weather Service is not forecasting as strong of wind gusts yet, but they did mention a wind advisory could be issued for this storm for this time period. And then even if we get through, and the model on the right is showing as the cold front comes through, even winds still pick up 40, 45 miles per hour. Again, even stronger in the ridges. And then we relax going into the afternoon on Thursday, not as strong. So that is the info on the storm. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and got the information. Thanks for everybody for watching. If anybody is watching right now, it almost has one right now. If you have any questions, if you're watching this later, not live, again, you could leave again a comment here on YouTube. Hopefully you like the YouTube setup. I kind of like it better than the Facebook streaming platform, at least personally. So if you can leave a comment here, you can leave it a message or a post on Facebook or Instagram. Those are the two places I can use, because for some reason Twitter has suspended me, so I can't use that. But I digress. So with that, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Have a good night.